Yes, guys. Boss Dog. See you there, brother. Kieran, pick up yourself. Ultra Collective. I think that's a big no there, Ultra. Blue Nose, how you doing? Let's get some popping off tonight, guys. No sitting on the fence. Bless up, Boss Dog. No sitting on the fence, as Zeus would say. Donald Trump, best ever president in the house. Nice to see you, mate. Seen you flying about. That's the one. Just listen to Apollo's video. So, pretty good time. Apollo, nothing to do with me, guys. Who do we believe? Who do we believe? That's a good shout, Kieran. That's a good shout, mate. Wasn't much action towards the build-up to this fight, wasn't it, today, guys, considering how big it was supposed to be. Been looking all day for, little build-ups here and there, but didn't see a thing. Big up Lou Don, who's in the background there, keeping an eye on things. Big up the Faja, the dog, who's chilling out at the minute, but if you hear any sounds in the background, guys, that's what it is. Might hear the odd little growl here and there, Talking about growling, he's the one and only. You might hear some other little noises there, doors opening and closing and stuff. Mini moon flying about. Don't worry about it, guys. Swan, how you doing, mate? Hope you're alright, bud. Ultra? Not really, mate. We're going to be throwing the link out as well tonight. See if we can get some different views. Even how long did it take you to write that message, mate? If you wrote that at 12 o'clock and I said, I'm not reading that, mate. Swanee, how did Sunderland get on it today? Was it 1-1? Better than getting beat, isn't it, mate? 1-1 for the Borough as well yesterday. 15 people in here. There's only a few in the chat, guys. That means we've got some people sitting on the fence. Big up to the fences. Hope that music's not too loud. Never know, we might even get a poll on. I know he's sub to Flowery the Moon. We've got a little situation to address with King Irish as well. Maybe King Irish will come on. He's made a few comments on one of my videos. Nothing against the guy. I hope he comes on, to be fair, and we'll sort it out. We was getting beat, Swanee, or we were winning 1-0, and which is always a bit of a bummer at home, isn't it, when you're winning 1-0 first game of the season. You want to finish them off, don't you? But West Brom, to be fair, one of the big guns, take a point off them. That's it, Boss Dog. To be fair though, I've just listened to the title of the video. Oh, can I just apologise first of all? Sorry guys. Last night, and it's still up there. It's still up on my channel, and I've seen it pop up on recommendations. My live from last night. It was only a test. That was a picture of a witch doctor, which was very random. I know that, but it was a tester because, as you know, I'm a bit hopeless on the technical side of things. What I was trying to do, and Ultra will back me up on this one. What I was trying to do was see how you link music through StreamYard, you know, so it's a bit better quality for you listening, instead of having my phone playing next to the speaker, which is it's amateur, isn't it, guys? It's amateur. Yeah, so we'll start off with the Apollo thing. I'm going to try and stop saying all the time as well, guys. Crazy behaviour. Yeah, I mean, before Apollo put that last video out there, which was literally 5 minutes ago, I've only listened to it once. Postdog, I'm sure you might have listened to it, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play it on here. Not sure whether Apollo will copyright strike me, you know. I've got a few other little clips as well I want to play tonight from other people's channels, you know, getting all serious and that. So listening to that, listen to Apollo's video, and I haven't listened to anything Burkett's put out yet, but at the minute, from the first listen, I can't argue with the fact of what Apollo was showing. Your urge is fair play, man. And I think that was that Burkett's voice, or was that Burkett's fair play, man? Like I say, I've only listened to it once, so my facts might not be 100%. Boss Dog, have you listened to it, mate? Is this the King Irish thing, Boss Dog? I sound like a bit of a snowflake, you know. I thought to myself, hang on a minute, because I don't mind King Irish. Going off the scene, I'm going off the centre again, aren't I, guys? We'll get back to that one in a minute, Boss Dog. Yeah, Apollo, I've had one little listen. So if anyone else has had a few listens to it, see what they think. I think what Apollo could have done just to nail it was maybe show a signpost of where he was. Pick up the Nutter. Can everyone wish the Nutter a happy birthday today? He's 47 today, I believe, Nutter. Happy birthday, mate. I left a comment on your chat earlier on, one of your videos. Big up from all the moons. Are you having a drink tonight, mate, or is that what you normally do, or what? What's your birthday? Have you got any birthday treats? Big fire or anything? Whatever you do, mate, I hope it's a good one. You've got another 5 hours a day left yet. Yeah, Boss Dog, go and have a little listen, mate. Literally 10 minutes ago. There's a few phone calls in his video, apparently to Burkett's fair play man, saying the location had been compromised, and you had Apollo's fair play man supposedly talking to Burkett's fair play man, rearranging another spot. But once again, showing phone numbers and stuff, showing people's phone numbers on YouTube. I think that's what got him into bother the other night, wasn't it? Pick up the batty fish. Smithers, how's your day going, mate? Been pissing down again all day, yeah. That's the one, mate. That's the one. But at the minute, well, I'm Team Apollo anyway because Burkett's just a pure wrong. Absolute wrong, and I'm not subscribed to him at all. Right. Boom. Just let us know if you want me to turn that back off, guys. Did have a good sleep last night, to be honest. Crazy behaviour last night again, wasn't it, guys? Started off with King Irish, but it was getting late. It's getting later and later, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with Filmboy. Firing lives up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Been late as well. Exposure did it again last night, 10:30. You had 150 people waiting at 10:30. He's had it all day long, all day, to do whatever he's doing. Make a cup of tea, make a joint, sort everything out. Half an hour late, not even no apology or anything. I think I was 2 seconds late tonight. I know I was late. I know it was late last night, and I didn't even finish what I was saying about last night, did I? Crazy guys. Yeah, so I think I finally fell asleep about 3 o'clock this morning with the cesspit was still banging on. Our mate Ashley. How that kid's even got a voice left, I do not know. There's Ultra there with the positive vibes. Always positive stuff from Ultra there, guys. J-Dub, I don't think I've mentioned yet, mate. Nice to see you here, brother or sister. I'm going to say brother. Normal time tonight. I know I did see that, 7:15. Not that I rearrange my lives around the cesspit, because it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, boy. There's another little dosser. Are we doing a little dosser, Eddie? What's happening, brother? See you there, brother. Big up to Eddie here. What's your opinions, Eddie, on the new Team Apollo? Thing is, nobody can be Team Burkett, really, can you? But there's no sitting on the fence tonight, guys. I tell you who's been quiet this weekend. Our mate Zeus. Where's Zeus? Big Jimbo. I think maybe the wife's put the shackles on, do you reckon? What are you joking, Jimbo, lad? No, you're big enough and daft enough to do what you want, brother. Big up the Zeus, anyway. Voice of the common man. Team Eddie. Eddie, what's happening with you, mate? Are you having a scrap zone, or? I've heard Bobby K's after a bit of Eddie. That'll be a ticket seller, that one, Eddie, won't it? Just patty fish there now. 007 bad, yes. That's Daniel Craig, 007, by the way, guys. Not, I don't know, Sean Connery. Sean Connery's decent, isn't he? Get up there, Smithers. Always. Smithers is on vacation at the moment, guys, if you didn't know. He's from the northeast coast there. Whitby. The home of Dracula. Yeah, apparently Dracula is buried. I'm sure the story is Dracula is buried at the top of Whitby Abbey or something, isn't he? Is it 99 Steps, Smithers? I'm sure Dave told us that he was part of his morning ritual. He was donning the old mankini and running up and down there, 99 steps. You know, like in the Rocky film where Rocky Balboa runs up the steps. That's Dave Smithers, guys. every morning. So if you want to see that, get yourself to Whitby. Big up. You know what? I haven't, Eddie. I seen you. I heard you mention it on the girls' channel. But I haven't watched it. What's all this stuff about PP, porn bombing? Is that right, Eddie? Did anyone else hear that? PP supposedly a porn bomb the girls' channel this afternoon. I wouldn't care. I had it on as well. No, sir, it's close, isn't it? I knew there was a Dracula. I knew there was a Dracula connection somewhere with Whitby. They proper milked it, though, haven't they? I tell you what, I try though, Smithers. I'm pretty sure last time I was in Whitby, you have these waffles, mate. You know, big, not potato waffles. They're like sweet waffles, massive, right? They put loads of fresh cream on them, and loads of strawberry jam or something like that. Mate, they are sick, bro. Absolutely sick. You know what, Eddie? Last night I did a little test thing that just didn't work out. I just got totally pissed off with it because I couldn't work out how to stream videos or through StreamYard on my laptop. Did it for about an hour, got pissed off. So that's what I was hoping to do though, mate, learn how to do that, you know. And I could have put the video up here now and showed people, but I'll definitely have a watch of that, and I recommend anyone else. Is there anyone else live at the minute, like, guys? That's the one, waffly versatility. You took Chucky lad. The other talking about me. Talking about Eddie, I think. Not so what you been doing, mate, on your birthday then? How exciting, bro. If while we're on here, if anyone else gets any notifications or anything that we should know about, just let us know, and we'll try and have a look before we get to the main event. Like I say, I didn't know what we would be talking about. It was literally, this was supposedly about the fight and if it happened or not. But since all we've got is Apollo's last video, that's all we've got to go on, and there's not much content in that at the minute, but I'm sure there'll be replies and stuff. But we have got a few other big topics to talk about. Steve Farthing's doing a Saturday night signal test, guys. Get up, Steve. Hope you're all right there, Steve, brother. Been in the YouTube news this week. I think we all know Mr. Farthing and following his journey. Just get a few more, see if we can get a few more people in here. We've got 14, which is not bad. Like, I'm really happy with that. Massive respect to everyone. So, Eddie, was that right, mate? Did PP porn bomb the girls, or is that official? PP's in the house. Mention his name. How you doing, PP? You been a naughty boy or not, mate? You want to jump on and tell us what's going on, bro? Sort this link out in a minute. There's Tim, like a bullet with the news. Just like Sky News, isn't he? That's what happens, Tim, when you come in late for one of Moon's lives. We just heard Apollo's, well, we didn't, I did. Just before I came live there, Apollo just watched his 5-minute video of his, like I say, I've only heard it once, so dodgy notifications, guys. Swear down. Try to watch a dodgy channel, and not horrible dodgy channel, a sports channel that shows live streams last week, and since then, my God, I've been getting notifications like every 2 seconds. There's a link there, guys. Crazy behavior. Big up yourself. Evening fact notification. CPP brings the numbers in. Run your PP, lad. No fighting here, guys. That wouldn't be a fair fight. We've got the terrible duo in now, guys. No names, but there's a terrible duo in the house. PP, I suggest you have a look, bro. I haven't seen it yet. Eddie, anyway, when did you become Mr. Technics? Doing little clips and sticking memes on and stuff. Is that what you're doing instead of rapping? I haven't heard you rapping for a bit. Does anyone like Morgan Spice Rum? Thanks, guys. Pretty nice. How we doing anyway, Tim, mate? Tim's had me back all weekend, as usual, haven't you, mate? Yeah, I'll just go over this one. We'll try and get this one out of the way first. Don't let me go off track, right? Don't let me go off track. King Irish. I think I've seen most people in here have been in King Irish's chat before. I think this was Friday night. And, you know, King Irish has started off on the cesspit, I think. Phil Boy's mate. Good mates. Sitting for hours on Phil Boy's panel. Good crack. You know, the Irish have just got away with words, haven't they, you know? The Irish have just got away with words, haven't they? And he's got one of them voices, hasn't he? But he has got good banter as well, and it was always going to happen. He was always going to go off on his own. Fair play to him. So yeah, Friday night, popped in there, seen Apollo in the chat. Get on well with Apollo, been a mod on his channel for a while. Think he's a local lad to me. Seems like a good laugh, having good banter. Anyway, I dropped a little message into Apollo in King Irish's chat. Apollo replied straight away, and then King Irish, I just heard King Irish say, "Oh no, not a fly me to the moon, no, he's blocked, I'm blocking him." I was like, what the fuck? No, I'm blocking him, no, he's been making bad comments, been talking bad about me and that. I was like, what the hell? Honestly, didn't have a clue what he was on about. Didn't have a clue. And as I looked in the chat, I'd seen a couple of people. Apollo was one of the first ones, fair play to him, did leave a comment saying, are you sure you blocked the right person? Because I talk the moon, he's a mod on my channel, he sounds. So fair play to Apollo for that one. And there was a few other people as well who was sticking up for me, which was nice. And but no, King Irish said, no, he's been slagging me off. He's blocked. It's not fair. It's his channel, you know what I mean? I knew I hadn't said anything to be worthy of getting blocked off any channel. And fair play. You know what? I was at work. I was on night shift as well, right? So if I'd have been off, might have made a little bit more of a deal of it. But I did think to myself, right, I'm just going to make a little video on my channel, put it up, put his name in the title. And if you've all seen it, it has had a few views. Congrats to King Irish. But the congratulations really was because that's the first time I've been blocked off anyone's channel in 8 months since I started coming on YouTube. Never been blocked. Might have been timed out, I'm not sure. That's not because I'm no saint or anything, but I just don't know. I don't. Maybe I do sit on the fence a little bit. That's because I don't want I can't be doing with big drama, you know. But yeah. So I does the video, 2.5 minutes long or something. You might have all seen it. Didn't slag him off. Just said look into it, because if it was a third party, that's been spreading rumours or telling bullshit, then he needs to get to the bottom of that. If it was him, if he's seen it with his own eyes or heard anything that I've said, but I knew he hadn't said anything, that was the thing. So anyway, done a bit of work, got me break, looked on the video. It had quite a few views, and I had a couple of comments underneath it from people who were in Irish's chat saying, "Get yourself over." He wants to get yourself back in the chat. He wants to sort it out. You're on his panel, and I didn't have time on Friday night. I'm not saying I would never go on King Irish's channel, because probably one that I would, probably a panel that I would go on. But it sounded like he wanted to sort it out. I don't know whether he'd had a little look or checked out where it come from, or he'd had a little think about it and thought maybe he was a little bit hasty. But I'll be honest, since the last 2 days, I haven't gone in his chat because I'm blocked anyway. But he has left a few comments. They're all there for you to see on that video. If you go and have a look at the comments, being sound, to be honest, asking me to come back on, and he's trying to unblock me. So until I speak to him, I don't know whether that's it, whether he's changed his mind or whether he's found out who has been saying things, because I have my own theories. I have an idea of what he's thinking about, and it was no way was that anyone who's getting blocked for saying anything like that. It was actually a comment on a video the Film Boy made on Friday afternoon. This is where I think it's come from, where Film Boy made a video slagging King Irish off, calling him all sorts. You know, you got to remember, this is somebody who was on Film Boy's panel every night. Best mate of Film Boy. A week later, Film Boy sat there proper slating him, calling him all sorts. Sorry if I'm missing the chat, you guys. I'm just getting into it. Yeah, so, and I made a comment on that video in reference to Film Boy saying that King Irish was king of the melts. Now, that to me was funny, right? It could have been about anyone. The fact that it was about King Irish didn't mean anything. I thought that was funny, king of the melts. Everyone knows that I take the piss out of Film Boy. It's what I do. Ask Eddie Hearn, little dosser. Big up Benji. Benji, hang about, mate, because you might have a bit of say-so in what we're going to talk about next, mate. Just hang about 5 minutes if you can, bro. Cheers for coming along anyway, mate. Don't forget to hit the likes, guys. Yeah, so just to round it off, yeah, that could have been about anyone, king of the melts. Just a funny. I like what Film Boy says. I like the way he talks. I take the piss out of the way he talks, and Ickeldosser and all this crap, right? So that's all I did. I said, go and have a look at the comments in that video. And if that's what King Irish is saying, that I've been slagging him off and that, all I said was, king of the melts, funny as fuck, Film Boy UK. That was it. Didn't mention King Irish. I haven't been on any other chats talking about slagging King Irish off or anything. Anytime I mention King Irish, it'll be on my own channel, and there'll be nothing. I don't know for a fact. I just know for a fact. So, but it sounds like he's trying to put out the olive branch, and I will sort it out with him. So big up King Irish. Benji, it's a good. I'm glad you come in, mate, because we can start off what I really want to talk about tonight. Massive respect to Benji. I think it was yesterday morning. You did an early live, didn't you, mate? I had been on night shift, and I think a lot of people know that I'm on holiday now for 2 weeks, so I was in a good mood. Got home. I was waiting for. I was going to watch. Well, I'm waiting to watch Zeus with the Nutter doing his 20 questions, which was good. And luckily, Benji came on, which is a bonus at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you can usually tell which way it's going to go when Benji comes on. He won't mind me saying this, right? But he was in a good mood, man. And the title of his live just said it all. I think it was "Let's Cause Some Beef." So massive respect to Benji. I always know it's going to be a good one. So I stuck it on, and it was about carry on with Mr. Sean Gregg. Now, as we all know, everyone in the chat here knows Sean Gregg. We all know the pink lady, yeah? Nice people. I've known Sean for as long as I've been on YouTube. Massive fan. He was a massive fan of Pablo's. He was always on the snake pit. Jumped on Pablo's panel. We all seen it. We've all followed his journey. Right? We've all backed him up. 100%. There might have been a little bit of stuttering in the middle, but on the whole, good lad. You can't fault him for what he's doing, right? And obviously, he's got this thing going on with Hector. Now, I'll be honest, Hector, not my biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Hector, and I never have been. I've seen it from day one. From the first video, I think when Hector come on the scene, I think one of his first videos, and I think he was using Hoover's channel, wasn't he? I think we all know Hoover as well. Yeah, I think he was using the troll Hoover's channel. The Hoover, another lad who used to go on the stage, a proper sound lad. You don't see him now. You don't see him now. Proper family man. But anyway, Hector comes on the scene. That's right, Tim, 1500 in the chat. So Hector comes on the scene, and his first video is going to meet Snitchy Rubbernut, Liam Ditchy, another batty fish. Sean, how are you doing, Sean, lad? Yeah, so Hector's first video is going to meet Liam Ditchy where he's working or something for causing a bit of bother or something, you know what I mean? And I just thought it's a bit dodgy that. And as that day panned out, by the end of the day, Hector and Ditchy, they were like that. And I thought, it's either being set up or someone, you know, Hector and Liam, from the same, in my eyes, the two peas in a pod, to be honest. But anyway, so from that day, Hector he's never been my favourite person. And obviously, we followed Sean, and Hector sort of took him under his wing. I think it's safe to say that. You can't argue with that. And fair play to him, he has done a lot. For Sean. We've all seen it. They've both highlighted and put it all on YouTube, the journey that they've had. Sean does his lives, and we all watched the 3D fight, the Friday Night Fight Club, the first one, which few hiccups, but we thought the second one could have been a lot better. But as it's panned out, as we've all seen, didn't quite go to plan, did it? And it's all ended up bit of a shambles. But the one who's come out of it looking the worst is Mr. Sean Gregg, which for every reason that doesn't seem too fair, because Sean is the one who's put the most work into all this. But you've come out of it looking bad, Sean. And I've watched you, mate. I've watched you this week, and you did seem back to yourself. I tell you what, I was surprised that you were spending the week down there, and I know it raised a few eyebrows of people, because staying in Essex for a week with hotel and food and everything, it's not cheap, is it, mate? It's not cheap. And we all know that it was only a few weeks ago that you were penniless, mate. I can remember a time when I think you did a video saying that it was your last time on YouTube because you couldn't afford your Wi-Fi, mate. And I did feel for you, and we all know about all the PayPal stuff and that, and you get your universal credit stopped. And sorry, I'm just reading a few of these comments, guys. Yeah, PP, yeah. And you might notice, right, people, like I've got PP in the chat. Me and PP go back a long way. I respect him. I always have his back. I know he's fell out with Paul, but he can't say, or nobody can say that I've slagged him off or anything. That's down to them. That's their problem, their issue. What I'm doing here, guys, is this is my channel. I'm not sitting on the fence tonight like I normally do, to be honest, but I'm not tonight. I'm going to put the link out soon so you can have your own say. But this is just my opinion. It's my channel. I've watched all this weekend, and no matter what I think, I haven't gone on anyone else's channel spouting off, slagging anyone off. I'm doing it on my own channel. I've waited till tonight, and this is what tonight is about, yeah? So, Sean, we've watched you all week, mate, yeah? PP, you were in Essex as well, mate. Yes, Mick Johnson, how you doing, mate? Respect. Crazy behaviour, Eddie. Crazy behaviour. I can't go crazy, Eddie, man. I haven't got crazy in me, man. But, yeah. So, we've been watching this week. Still looking forward to the fight right up until, what, Friday morning? Seen a video of Sean outside his hotel room, 9 o'clock, ready to go. I think he was good. There was some bloke there, and he said, "Get yourself in the gym, Sean. Get on the bags. Get ready for your fight." That might have been on. I don't know whether that was on Benji's live. Might have been on Benji's live or something. But yeah, I was all ready for it, and I thought to myself, there hasn't been much publicity. It just something didn't sit right, I thought, but as far as everyone knew, the fight was still going ahead, and wherever other fights were on, I don't know, but the Sean Hector exhibition fight was definitely on Friday morning. As Sean said, like I say, Hector being a bit quiet. So anyway, we're all waiting for it. What time's it on? Nothing. No build up to it or anything. The next thing we hear, Sean, is there's a video of Sean, and I believe Hector was driving you to the train station, I believe. And this is the first I knew that it wasn't on. It had been called off. And that reason for that was family problems. Sean said family problems. Fair enough, Sean. Family problems, right? It's family problems, mate. You could have left it at that. You didn't have to say you got pushed into saying why and giving the details out, right? You didn't have to say that. I wouldn't have said it. But you took upon yourself, you got pushed into giving an exact reason, which was that Sam's pink lady, your partner, Sam's son, who she hadn't seen for what, 13 years or something, had got in touch, and you had to go home. Fair play, mate. Fair play, right? Now, I was disappointed, just like everyone else. But you can see where people might have been thinking sounds a little bit sus. A couple of hours before the fight, and bearing in mind we'd seen you on the morning, you were ready to go on the morning. So anyway, as the day goes on, nothing else. But I did notice, Sean, that since that Friday afternoon, you've spent a lot of time on YouTube, mate. A hell of a lot of time. More than you've been on all week for the last 2 weeks, anyway. Or like, and it seems like all you've done is answer people's big up, Rose. Nice to see you back, mate. I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, so, and all I've seen from you, Sean, is you're sticking up for you and Sam. Fair play. Just, I don't know. I mean, what I would have done, Sean, personally, I would have made a couple of videos saying it's got nothing to do with anyone else. The reason, it's family, it's personal. And then I would have gone and spent the time for the reason why you've gone home, to spend time with Sam and her son, who you haven't seen for that long. But I don't know, Sean. You've been on YouTube all weekend, mate. You've been on panels, and I'll be honest, I haven't. I've heard Sam in the background as well all the time you've been on, backing you up, which is fair play. But I haven't heard anything about how good it's been, Sam seeing her son, and how good that's been, you know, and anything positive. It's all just been backs to the wall, like standing up and sticking up for Hector mainly as well. 100% sticking up for Hector. And then we had the exposures thing last night, yeah. Now, exposure gets a lot of people in chats, and I'm pretty sure there was 500 or 600 people in there last night, and I'm going to say that I bet at least 50% of them have watched everything that's gone on this week, or know exactly Sean's evening mouse. Everyone knows Sean's story. They've all followed it, and there'll be a lot of them who'll be sitting on the fence too, right? But a surprise to us all, Hector decided to show his face last night. He said he'd been out. With his wife, I think. He had a good night out. This was about 12 o'clock. So PP didn't know anything about, PPU didn't know anything about Sam and his son. Well, that was the reason why Sean went home, PP. So I thought you were in Essex with him, mate. I thought you'd gone to watch the fight. So I thought you might have known about the reason why. So why did you think you went home then, PP? If you could let us know that. Because obviously I was watching Expo last night, and then Hector decides to turn up, and me and Mrs. Moon straight up turn it up. Let's have a listen to what Hector's got to say, because Hector hasn't been on Expo for a while. We all know the relationship they've got. It's not a good one, is it? And I think Buggies was on there as well, Motorsports and Buggies. Yeah, so Hector comes on, and the first few minutes, he was trying to sort stuff out with Expo and his own beef with Expo and Buggies. And I know myself, I was thinking, come on, like let's have the real reason. Come on, Expo, let's have the real reason why. Yeah. Right. I tell you what. I'll just a minute, PP, and I'll shut the link out for you. Just want to get out what I've got to say first, mate. Yeah. So yeah. So Hector's on there. Yeah, he's trying to sort his own beef out. And then Expo finally gives us what we want. He asks what's going on with Sean in this Friday Fight Club. And Hector, for some strange reason, why he thought that was a good idea to say what he did. We all know what he said about PP. PP, mate, 110%. That did not happen, mate. That did not happen. Why Hector would even say that or think that was funny is beyond me, right? And it just reiterates the fact of why I don't like Hector, because that was on that platform to say that about Sean and yourself, who you've been to see Hector twice this week, and when he was saying it, he wasn't in jest when he was saying it, you know. So that I didn't understand, right? And obviously, Expo's going to jump on that. Motorsports jumped on it more than Expo. Motorsports telling people to clip it. Clip it, OG, have you clipped that? Because that's the truth. That's the truth. Right? And he can't deny that. That's all there. We all seen it. So the pair of them, Expo, Buggies, jumping on it, right? Which is just not right. It's not right at all. Anyone who knows PP of them will know that didn't happen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But for me, that just did not happen, right? So I'm not sure what went on there. It was all happened a bit quick. But I think he got cut off. Hector got cut off. And he left Buggies and Expo to mull over that, which is great content for them. 500 people in the chat. Great content. Their biggest enemy, Hector, about the biggest topic of the day, of the week, has just dropped a bombshell, which was a lot of bullshit. Drops the bombshell, and they're going with it because that's all they've got to go with, right? But that'll do them. That'll do them. That's a good enough reason. That's an excellent reason. So they're going to milk it. Anyway, Hector comes back on. Hector gets back on. He's got a bad signal. He is breaking up a little bit, yeah. But he comes on and he then decides to say that bullshit. That was a joke. Don't know who found that a joke. I know I didn't. John, that's what I'm saying, mate. That's what I'm saying. 100%, mate. Did not happen. I'll say that to anyone. I'm saying it now. That didn't happen, right? So forget about PP. Yeah. Anyone who isn't anyone, we all know what Expo's chat's like. The people who follow Expo, that's something they're going to jump on. So why your mates, Sean and PP, why Hector decided to think he was drunk? Why he even said that is beyond me. Yeah, like I've just said, beyond me. In bad taste, wasn't funny, totally wrong, right? So then Expo said, well, so what did happen? Right? Now, I don't normally do this, but I took the time out today because I wanted to get things right. So I'm just going to play you a little clip from Expo's last night, and then PP, I'm going to let you on, and you can talk about it, right? So I'm going to play a little clip from what I watched today on Expo's. Right, so this is after this is Hector on Expo's last night in front of 500 people with motorsports buggies on the panel, explaining after he said that it was a joke about PP and Sean and Sam. That was a joke, but this was the real reason. This is really why Sean went home.
Oh, listen, I shouldn't take the piss, but listen, this is what happened, yeah? I think Shortbread come down, thought he'd been training forever, thought I had a broken ankle, seen me sparring, and absolute didn't want to like get involved. The next day, I can't work it out. I was thinking, did exposure get hold of him and make him fucking give up before he'd even start? I couldn't work it out. And then I thought, now he was just scared, you know what I mean? I don't know, I've never spoke to him. You ain't? Oh, sure. Yeah, only last night on the hall last night. No, come on last night, that's the first time I've ever spoke to him. No, Sean's alright, kid, he didn't. Because I know this is all going to be silly. He's alright, he's harmless. Listen, Sean's harmless, he's alright, yeah? He calmed down, but he tapped out at the last minute. He was meant to do these things, you know what I mean? Getting that donation coming through and all of that. Right, this has nothing to do with me, exposed. Because you said last time I'm a donation. I haven't heard all about the donations and all that. Right, well listen, whatever happened, he tapped out, yeah? He didn't want it, but it's Sean Gregg, I'm not going to go on about it, yeah? My problem is this, right? Motorsport, buggery, I've given it to you.
Right, guys. So we've got JW in the chat, said he watched that live, right? Where is it? We'll put the link out now. So let's just break that down. That video there was 1 minute 18 seconds, right? Not once has Hector said that was bullshit. That wasn't the reason why, and we all heard that. That was Hector saying, "Listen, this is what really happened." Sean bottled it. Sean seen Hector on the pads and thought, "I don't want that smoke. I don't want it." Hector's own words, Sean tapped out at the last minute. He's got all the donations, and I don't know, but Sean has tapped out at the last minute. Hector's words. This is Hector, who Sean looks up to, been training Sean for weeks. Why would he say that? This is after he'd already said what he said about PP, but then come on and said, no, that's not true. But this is what happened. Sean bottled it. He tapped out, in Hector's words. Well, what I find funny is that I haven't heard anyone pick up on that all weekend. Not one person said it's all been about PP, this. Everyone knows that bullshit, absolute bullshit, right? But they want to stay on that because they think that's better content. But nobody's asked Sean, what did happen then? Sean said there, I've just seen a comment in the chat. Sean, he did have to go home for Sam and her son. But nobody's reacted to what Hector's said after that. And Hector hasn't said that was bullshit. So is Hector lying again, Sean? You didn't tap out. You didn't bottle it. So that's twice Hector's lied in 5 minutes about one of his best mates in front of 500 people. You tell me, guys. Because the thing is, I like Sean, right? I like PP. I don't like Hector. So I'm sticking up for Sean here, right? Hector's either lied twice in 5 minutes in front of 500 people, or Sean's lied. So that's all I want to know, Sean. I've followed you for 8 months, mate. Followed you for 8 months, and that's all I want to know. And like I say, I'm doing this on my own channel, right? I'm not doing this on anyone else's channel. 23 people in. I could have done this on a channel with 500 people in. I've done it on here. Anyone knows that's the first time I've ever done anything like that, where I've took a video, clipped it, right, and played it on here. I'd never ever do it, but felt the need to do it, right? So PP, if you're still there, mate, I would have put the link out. Or Sean, even if you want to come on, Sean, we'll just get the bottom of it, mate. Anyone who knows me, who watches me, knows like I'm not about this shit. Right? This is not me. This is not my style. But when it's about somebody who I've followed, and I trust two people who I follow just anyway, PP and Hector. Absolute rat. If this is true, he's an absolute rat for dropping two people in it like that. Are you there, PP? Are you there, bro? Don't know if PP can hear me, guys. You there, bro? Are you muted? Think you're muted. You're muted, PP. Can anyone else hear PP, or is it just me?
Right, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
you know, bro. Yeah.
Yep. Right,
You
yeah,
alright?
it was I had that echo cancellation. Right, let me just turn my camera off, right, because I'm outside and people try to get a grid on you. I don't know why. Right, Friday. As for that last night, Hector, I didn't even hear him say the first bit, right, where he said about me and Sean's wife. I only saw a clip of that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because what I was doing, I was clipping Motorsports and Expo and talking over it to make a video. It's funny. What you got to remember with Expo's channel, it is a complete and utter joking channel. So
And
to
I know
go on
that.
there, you've got to expect that. You've got to expect the worst and be able to take that. As for Hector saying that, when I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck? That weren't good." But he did say he was joking. It was joking. The second part, what you played there with Hector saying about, I didn't even hear that bit, so I might have been clipping something else, but I haven't put nothing else up. I only clipped that one bit, but it went on for 8 minutes, that video. I'll tell you what happened Friday. On Friday, I rang Sean up. I tried to go to Hector about 9 o'clock. He didn't answer. He was probably asleep. I rang Sean up. I got through to Sean. I said to Sean, I'm on my way down. He went, yeah. I don't know what time Hector's going to get here. I think he said something about Hector. He had a tattoo the day before and he was a bit sore and the spa might not be going. So I was like, but the phone, I had a really bad signal, so I couldn't hear much. So I was like, okay then, right, all right, sweet as. So then put the phone down and then I spoke to my mum, because my mum lives in London, obviously. And then Hector rang me. And I said to Hector, what time's the spa going to happen? If it's going to be, I think it has to happen in the evening sort of time because the gym's shutting. So I said to him, I'll probably get to you about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I've got to go and see my mum. So he's like, yeah, sweet as PP. So I rang Sean back, said to Sean, I will get back to you for about early evening, 3, 4, 5, just as the spa's going, because I was going to watch the spa, film it. Sean was like, yeah, okay. And then Sean said, I might be going home a day early. So I went, oh, okay. Okay. Again, I couldn't really hear him properly. The phone, where Sean is, getting a signal there is hard work. So I was just breaking down thinking, is he going home a day early? So I didn't get it. And then next thing, I spoke to Hector and Hector said, I spoke to Sean. Sean wants to go back. So I didn't know none of the reasons as to why Sean had to go back. I really think.
Well, yeah, this
As
is,
for...
Even now,
this is
even
why
up
I'm
until
here.
I played that video there, what reason did you think Sean went back home for then?
Well,
I
I'm
don't
here to
know.
clear all this up.
Sorry, Sean. How are we doing
I'm
there
here
anyway?
I'm here to clean this up. I'm okay, flying into the moon. I hope you're all right. Yes, at the last minute, Sam's son Snapchatted her. He hasn't seen her for 13 years. Says, Mum, I need you to come back. I need to see you. And so I had to go back. People are saying to me, you should have let Sam come back herself from London. I wasn't letting Sam come back by herself.
No, you couldn't do
Right,
that, mate.
okay,
If she ain't
Sean.
seen her son for 13 years, that's going to be an emotional event.
Do you know
You couldn't
something?
do that.
Let's just say, right, Sean, we all agree with that, right, Sean? So why did Hector say that last night on Expo? Not about PP, the one after it where I've just played.
I don't know.
Why
Yes,
did
I
he
did.
say that you tapped out and bottled it, and he never said that was a joke?
Listen, I could promise you now I didn't tap out and bottle it. Yes, I did see in Hector Spa the day before. I promise you I didn't tap out and bottle it. I really wish I stayed for just 10 minutes and done it just to prove it, but I had to go back. I really just wish I got it
So
over
why
and
is
done.
your friend, someone who you've looked up to and stuck up for weeks and weeks, why is he saying that about you when he could have said Sean went home for personal reasons? He never mentioned Sam. He never mentioned Sam's son. All he mentioned was a load of crap about PP, which was bullshit, which he said sorry for. But then he went on to say that about you, bottling it, tapping out. Why would you do that?
I don't know, but Fly Me to the Moon, I swear on my dad's ashes, I told him the reason why I had to go home as well. He knew the reason why I had to go home.
So why didn't he say that in front
I
of 500 people last night? He could have sorted everything out, Sean, but he decided to make another load of bullshit up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but don't forget what he was. No, I think what he was, where he was on Expos, he had a lot of drama with Expo, Motorsports, what's all been put to bed now, Humble. He was on his back foot on there. So he'd had a few beers. He might have just been trying to build up a rapport.
On his back foot, right? So he comes out with bullshit about you and Sam, right? Fair enough, that's once. But then he goes away, comes back 5 minutes later. You're telling me that he's come back with another load of bullshit.
Well, I didn't know about this, so I can't comment on the bullshit. I'm just saying he might not have wanted. It might not have been his place to have said that if he didn't know that was put out there. Because I didn't even know that. I didn't know that about. Sean never said to me when I was on the phone to him.
Sean, Hector give you a lift to the train station, didn't he, Sean?
Yes, he did. Yeah, right to the train station. I give him fuel money.
He knew because you did a video in the car. I seen it, so he knew exactly why you had to go home. So why didn't he just say that instead of making what you're saying, two lots of bullshit up in front of 500 people?
I don't know, but I've been on the phone to Hector this morning.
Friend, isn't he?
I've been on the phone to Hector this morning, and he says that he didn't mean to cause loads of trouble or something, and it was only a joke. It was a load of lies and things like that. But them, I'm not slagging him off because I'm not like that. But them lies have caused me a lot of trouble today. People think that my missus is I'm going to say it, my missus is a slag. She sleeps about with people. That's what people have been saying. What is bang out of order because she's not like that.
Mate, friends don't do that.
It's disgusting, right? But what you got to remember though is that rumour didn't start with Hector. That rumour's been building up now on Expo's channel for about 3 days. There's been loads of speculation of all sorts of disgusting crap.
Which one? Which rumour?
The one where Hector said about me and
Sam, or I'm saying that's a rumour. I'm on about the one after that, yeah.
The one after that, I don't.
I'm talking about what he said afterwards has got me, and the fact that nobody has picked up on it. All I want to know about is this crap about you and Sam, which is bullshit. But nobody's picked up about
just how YouTube. That's just how the YouTube dynamics of YouTube are going at the moment. This is how it's all working. That's why there's so many people out there clickbaiting or jumping on things. What is the truth? What ain't the truth? Who is really going to put the truth out there about their own life with how YouTube is going at the moment?
Yeah,
right?
I can understand
It's disgusting. Look what's happened to Sean.
This is not what you expect of somebody who's Sean's friend, who Sean does nothing but big up, spends all week with him, and he drops him in it like that with two lies like that.
I don't know. I can't comment on that. It's a two-way street. Hector's put a lot into it as well. Hector lives about, I think Hector's probably about 15 miles, but 15 miles in London and Essex is quite a long way from Dagenham to where it is, going backwards and forwards. So I don't know why the fight didn't happen.
Listen to us. I can understand that bit. Hector did put a lot of time and effort in. I can understand that bit. But what I'm annoyed about, right, is saying that for a joke, right, has made Sam's reputation go down the pan. Like saying that for a joke at you and Sam. You know, I know Expo started the rumour, but why did Hector go on and turn around and say, yeah, it happened. I'll tell you, yeah, it happened. Then he says it was a joke. So
not
people
once,
then
twice,
listen, because if that was me then. Because if that was me then.
Ring Hector up, Sean. Get him on here and ask him, because I can't answer for Hector. I can't answer for him. I ain't answering for other people. What's all wrong?
Did you hear that clip? Did you hear the clip that I played there, PP?
Yeah, I heard the clip, yeah. See, I didn't know nothing about Sam. See, Sean didn't tell me. Sean didn't. See, I didn't know that even that had been spoke about in the back of the car on the way to the hospital. I was driving down to Croydon, right? And when I spoke to Sean and Sam, they didn't, because I said, look, I won't get there in the morning then, I'll be there early afternoon for the fight. And nothing was said to me about he did say that he might go back early, but no reasons why. It ain't for me to ask the reason why. I didn't know none of this reason why. So all this now, I've only known all about this is right now. It's literally now.
Yeah, I know. I only really did tell Hector because I didn't want it out there. Then everyone was pushing us, asking us why. Then I put it out there. I thought I got forced into tell him.
When was it?
People forced
When
me.
did you get forced into telling? Was that today?
No,
Johnson?
that was on the train on the way back. People were trolling us saying, "Well, why did you have to go? We need a
Yeah,
reasonable excuse."
you got to stop answering them people or cut them lives down a little bit because
But listen,
it's.
why should I
No,
listen?
no,
But why should I
BP,
have to put my?
what's got to happen is Hector's got to stop saying bullshit in front of 500 people about somebody who's supposed to be his friend.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what's
that's
got to happen.
something. That's something what Sean needs to take up with Hector. If it was me, I would take it up with Hector and say to him, "What the fuck? What is all this about?" I don't mean to swear. Sorry for the women here. What is all that about? I'd want to know. So let's see if we can get Hector on the panel now. Try and ring him, Sean, and get him on here.
Right, listen, I'm going to go and ring him, but I'll put it on mute.
Because that way,
you asked him
then.
why, right? After he made one lot of bullshit up that's caused trouble for you all weekend, why did he then 5 minutes later try and say to another 500 people again that you bottled it and tapped out? And he mentioned donations as well in that as well. And I've got it clipped here. I'll play it again in a minute. People can see
So
if
all the
their thing.
donations. So this is donations and all that. I don't know. I don't want to know about all donations. It is a mad one, YouTube. The direction it's going.
We all
It is
know
what
that.
it is. I can't answer. I can't answer. I can't answer for other people. This is all new to me. This is the first time I've heard this. So.
But it was on last.
Hector's not picking up.
Nobody's picked up on that.
I'm going to say something about the donation. Someone did give me something towards my travel fare, yeah, paid something towards it. I've had a few £20 here and there, yeah, I have. I'm not going to lie. But most of it, the cost of living payment, me and Sam got it, right, and we put that away to pay for the hotel, yeah. We paid for, someone give us so much money, I'm not disclosing how much, towards a train fare. I didn't ask
Sean, that's the thing. Sean, listen, you ain't got to answer anything to anyone. Like I said to you, when I saw you, was it Monday I went down there or last Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Anyone who asks you any questions about your personal life, right, they're asking you that to use against you. Don't answer them, mate. If you wouldn't ask people them, if you get a question what someone's asking you and you think, fuck me, that's a bit strange, I wouldn't ask that. Don't answer them. Don't answer them.
I just wanted to clear that up about the donations because the people who have donated wanted to see it. But if that what I've told them, if they don't believe that, that's up to them what they believe, you know. So I can completely understand people who's donated asking why the fight exhibition didn't happen. But when I give the reason, if they don't want to believe me, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. See, there's probably something here with a bit of cross wires. Hector's probably getting trolled the granny out of as well, with people saying to him, because that's what people do. They try and play two ends against the middle. So how you're getting bombarded, it's probably the same people bombarding him or putting nice comments on him and changing their profile and doing bad comments and playing two ends. People's got to understand this dynamics of YouTube. YouTube, this corner of it this is what it's all about. This is what it is all about. And you can build yourself up, but if you want to progress in YouTube and start earning some proper money, you need to sort of like move away from this sort of corner of YouTube and take your channel elsewhere. This is pure, hardcore, fucking ruthless banter. Like that what was said last night. Now, in reality, that could have caused me loads of problems with my wife. That could have caused me loads of problems with my wife.
Exactly.
Right?
And you're supposed to be Hector's friend. You're supposed to be Hector's friend.
But that rumour was being started before that. Hector confirming that, like joking. But then he did say, I was only joking when he got his sin. I didn't even hear that. I was clipping Motorsports because I was laughing my bollocks off at Motorsports and Expo. Going, I was in a gay bar. I was sitting there laughing. I clipped it and laughed at it, which it is funny. I've give it to people. So what you've got to remember, when you give it to people, you've got to get it back. I know you don't give it to people, Sean, but this corner is a ruthless corner. The only way out of it is to anyone who starts, don't answer them, because all the time you answer them, you're feeding them, mate. It's just to block them And even if it means you're left with 2 or 3 people, you build them 2 or 3 people up to good people. And just keep blocking and blocking and blocking. Because they will keep coming back with different names and different fucking avatars.
Yeah, but this is not just anybody who's dropped Sean in here, right? You could understand if this was off someone like John Smith, but this is off fucking Hector, his mate.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Hector, I've not spoke to Hector much today. I spoke to him earlier, but nothing about any of this. He might have been getting the same sort of thing, might have been getting the granny child out of him, and he might be thinking, people might be saying to him, it's coming from Sean. That's what I was saying about playing 2 ends against the middle. It is absolutely ruthless. Like I had at one stage, there was about 8 PPs going on different channels causing murders. Today, I got a message of someone that the girls got porn bombed by someone who was using my avatar, which again, I don't do that. I wouldn't do that to no one. Porn bomb their channel. Ain't
Well,
about
the
that.
real people.
So that's how ruthless it gets.
The 3 of us, PP, me, you, and Sean, go back 8 months, yeah, from the snake pit, right? We all know each other. We know what YouTube's about. You know what it's about. I know what it's about, right? And I never go on a rant like this. This is not about that rumor of you and Sam. It's not about that. It's not about donations. It's about that where I clipped there saying that Sean tapped out, and the way the Hector never mentioned the real reason why Sean went home, which he could have quite easily done last night on Expose and put this to bed, but he didn't. He chose to. What Sean is saying is another lie, and he doesn't know why Hector said it. Hector, you need to get on. Say why you've lied.
I don't know. It'd be good if Hector could get on. Hector he'd come out the pub last night. He'd had a few beers, but again, I don't know why he said it. I can't answer him for that. But again, if Hector knew that Sean had put it out there, it might be. If Hector didn't know Sean had put it out there, it might have been a case, especially on a channel like that, to put something like, I don't know. I don't know what he's done, what the reasons are. Well, normally, from what I've seen of Hector, and I've met Hector now twice. That was once when I picked my car up, and once when I went down and we all went out for a meal, me, Hector, Sean, and Sam. Right, twice I've met him. He's always been someone who's a total straight shooter and not come across in any way like that. So, again, I don't know.
If hearing that now, you can't have any defence for why Hector would drop 2 of his mates who we spent some time this week with in person. Why he would do that in front of 500 people? You haven't got a defence for him there, have you?
The first one was the first one that was already being put out there. That was already being done about there was this happening and people spit roasting and people this and people that. That was all being already thrown out there. So that he's done that he's going onto a channel now where he's going to get absolutely slaughtered. So he's gone on there and probably come out with that, and then said he was joking. The second one, I don't know. I can't comment on that. Do I think he's a bad man for doing that?
That's not a good thing, though, is it? For him to go on and say that, for me to get roasted.
So that again, I missed that. You're both talking.
Somebody who's saying that. Why?
I'm not sticking up, but how can I answer? I can't answer for people. You're asking me to commit to an answer for someone, which I ain't willing to commit to that answer to someone. I'd like to hear what that person's got to say about it. Because what bearing have I got on saying that?
Joke, PT. We know you can take a joke, but
that's exactly what it is. See, I'm only on here for the banter side. The time when I was down meeting Sean and that for the boxing side, that was something more serious. I'd like to see that, which I still would progress and go places.
So what?
And that's what I was hoping it was going to do.
What is the golden rule? What is the golden rule on YouTube? Right? You don't mention kids. You don't mention women. Your mate Hector on Expo last night said you have been caught with Sean's wife and in front of 500 people, and he's supposed to be your mate, right? Now, the rule is you don't talk about women and children.
Yeah, that rule had already been breached. There was loads. So everyone else, we need to get everyone else on the panel then who bought that rumour up, because that rumour was flying around on that channel for about since last week. That rumour had, and since the fight didn't go ahead, it's all been done.
I'm going to put you straight there. It was the day I come back. They're saying that's why I come back, because that's what happened. It hasn't been gone about since last week.
I hadn't heard it before then, people.
Well, yeah, they've been talking about it. They were talking about spit roasting and all sorts of crap. So other people, like, say if it was the day you went back, Right? Say if it was the day you went back, right? They were all talking about that. So who's the one who's breached that rule? Don't forget, I'm involved with this rule. This could have caused me murders with my wife.
Yeah,
Absolutely
listen,
murders with it.
I
But
understand where you, PP, listen, I understand where you're coming from. That rumour was started, but what my argument is here, right? And I have spoke to Hector about it. Hector coming on saying, yeah, that's why, blah, 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 then only joking. So that rumour now, because Hector says that, now it's escalated all over YouTube. People have clicked it everywhere, Hector saying that. So to make my missus look out like a bad person.
well, that means it's made me look like a bad person. But if she's thinking a bad person, then how does that make me feel?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've got
Well,
nothing against nobody.
it's YouTube. It's YouTube. It's YouTube,
Well,
mate.
I
So,
don't care if it's YouTube. People are saying I need to come off YouTube. I need to stop doing live. Hey, I'm staying on YouTube. I don't care what people say, right?
well,
At the end of the
that's it
day,
then, Sean. You're sweet then. Well, that's it then. You've
There's an
mastered it.
absolute line being crossed here tonight. There's a line being crossed by Hector, and I don't know why the pair of you are sticking up for him, right? You're sticking up for him. He's dropped you both in the shit. Sean,
Listen,
you need to let him go, right?
no,
Or get some
I'm not
answers
here.
off him, 'cause
No, I'm not here to make enemies. I'm not here to fucking cause anyone harm. I'm not here to do. It's YouTube, mate, and that is how it is. Now, I could have been caught in the middle of this, like that. Then them clips. Like, say if I was having a bit of a bad time, my wife, and she saw that. See, it's impossible. Thank God, I didn't go to Essex. Thank God, I never went down there and spent the night down there. Right, imagine if all that happened. So that there is a lesson learned. I won't be doing that no more, will I? Fuck. Right. So I'm covered, 100%. I'm covered. But that could have caused murders. But this is how YouTube is while it's here. It's a case of take away from all the banter, forget about all them channels, the clipping it. Don't mention all them channels and ignore them and build a channel away from that. If you're going to go on these sort of channels and clip the channels and debate them channels, then that's all you're going to be debating is what's been going on. And it's going to be more. It's been like this now for about 8 months.
But like I say, PP, that's fair enough if John Smith had said it. But this is fucking Hector, your mate. You'd been with the guy 5 days before. Why would you do
And
that?
Hector said to me, I spoke to Hector when I said, fuck me, Hector, I can't believe you said that. He went, PP, I've been in the pub, I'd had a few drinks. It was already going out there going, oh, we heard this, we heard that. So he just went on and said, oh, yeah, I can tell you what happened. And like joking, he said, I'm really, really sorry. So if it caused any problem, I'll tell your wife. He even made a video of it, Motorsports, saying it was total and utter banter. All right, the banter
Right,
gets
well,
deep.
now
It
what
does
we
get
need-
deep sometimes.
Right, that's sorted out, PP. Just wait 1 second. That bit's sorted out now, right? But Sean, what we need is Hector to come on now and say that was bullshit as well. What he said about you tapping out and bottling it, because he hasn't come on and said that was a lie as well.
I'll tell you exactly what. Listen, I'm not slagging him off. I'll tell you exactly what was said in the car. He asked us why I was gone. I told him about Samsung. He says, if I was in the same circumstances, I understand why you're going home. And that's exactly what was said in the car.
Was that on a live feed, Sean, or was that just between you and Hector?
No, I didn't put it on a live because I didn't want to put it all over YouTube, so I didn't put it on a live. No.
Yeah, it's a hard one, mate. And it's something about it's hard to talk about something like that.
Listen, so why is the cross? So why is the cross?
He should have come back on and not said what he said about Sean. If that's not true, he should have come on and said, "Look, that was bullshit. This is why he went home because of Sam and Sam's son." But no, he didn't. He come on and made another load of bullshit up. Or is it bullshit, Sam, Sean? That's what we want to know, mate. At the moment, I'm believing you because Hector's full of shit.
So anyway, how did it go? How did it go with Sam and her son seeing it? Because that's 30 years. That must have been very emotional. So I hope that was a really good day, and that should overweigh all this crap like YouTube doing something like that.
Listen, PP, you ask Sam herself. She's here how it went. I'll put her on, right, and ask Sam and let Sam explain. Yeah, go on.
Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Hiya. Right, Sam.
Yeah.
Hiya. I'm okay.
I'm sorry about all this. I just want to get the bottom of it. I like you and Sean. Sean knows I've known him for a long time, the pair of you. It's not about slating you. It's Hector. I don't like the way Hector's gone on.
I need to know why he hasn't mentioned that about my son, because everybody knows now, so I've told people. So I can't understand why he hasn't come on and explained that to people.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah,
what I was
I
saying,
don't know why
Sam.
he
Not defending no one, but when Hector, did he know that you'd already spoke to people? Listen, I've got to
No,
go and feed me dogs. I've got my wife banging. I've got to go and. I'll be back in a second. All right, give me
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Zeus, how
Moon,
you doing,
Sam,
mate?
Sean, how are you guys?
I Zeus.
Listen, everyone's getting hyped over this, and I can understand why. There's some shit being said, but let's be honest. Hector was on Exposure. Exposure is one of the best guys, one of the fantastic guys on YouTube for asking questions, getting people on board, and then turning the story. And let's be all, we seen him do it with Sean the night before, and we seen him do it with Hector last night. Hector wasn't in Exposure's league last night. Got him on board, got him to say something stupid, kicked him off. Perfect. Left it for the Clippers. The Clippers have done all their job today. Looks fucking fantastic. Brings in massive amounts of views. Sean, Sam, you've just got to ignore it, guys. It is YouTube. I know it's bad, and I know it's fucking vile, but you've just got to ignore it and ride it. Just fucking use it for your own channel, mate. Honestly.
As you know, I don't get involved in everyone's lives. I go on the chat sometimes and speak.
I know that, Sam. But don't take it, honest to God. There's no personal attacks on yous out there. Honestly, this is just.
You've got to understand. I've got family, and they go on these chats as well.
Ruined their weekend.
It is,
and it's also made my family have seen it all.
Listen,
I've got sisters that go on
that's
panels.
Not good. No, look, that's not good. But let's be honest, Exposure just done the same. What he got Hector where he wanted him, mate.
I'm not blaming Exposure, Jim. I'm not blaming
No,
Exposure.
It's what Hector said.
Hector was begging for them to be his friend and that last night. You should have heard him. So we're friends now and all this.
Yeah, that's it. But to be the friends, he had to give them something tasty. And what he said tasty was, oh, by the way, do you realise that Sean backed out of the fight because he was, look, he probably regrets he said it now.
Not back out.
We know that.
When you know he's not a back outer. He's been fighting all his life, like street fighting and that, but he's recently took on boxing again.
But this has been eating you up now for a day and a bit. Just honest to God, guys, you've just got to.
If it wasn't for my family seeing it, I wouldn't be bothered.
You need to tell your family the size of YouTube you're on. That it's fucking.
I haven't commented on anyone else's channel, right, Sean? You've got to. You won't have seen me comment on anyone's channel all weekend about this. I've listened and I've thought I'm going to have to say something here because Hector's not my biggest fan anyway. I know you all like him. I know Jim, you like him, but that was bang out of order. Not only did he make up crap about PP, fair enough, that was a joke, but then he come back on and made another load of crap up about Sean bottling it. And he sounded serious about that.
If you go back and look at it, mate, he got dragged into it, and he just
he
said it and then regretted it.
Gone.
But what I have to say, Sean,
he didn't say it seriously. Honestly, listen to him.
Saying Hector Sparta as
but how would you like?
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
Okay, now listen. If we believed in everything everyone said on YouTube, you'd be doing this every fucking minute. It's just madness. People have just got. You've got to be tough to be on YouTube, to go on a panel.
Sean's supposed to be his friend, Jim.
Yeah, I know that, but this is somebody said something. Sean knows him better than a lot of us. He's been with him. He knows that's not Hector. He said it as a fucking joke or whatever he said it. But it's backfired, mate, hasn't it? But not on Hector.
That's all I'm saying.
Sean.
Yeah, it was bad taste. It was a bad.
Oh, it was really bad taste. It started off in bad taste, didn't it? For God's sake, but listen, it's just, I don't know. Unless Sean moves on, mate, how's it going to be sorted? It's going to be on fucking YouTube every day saying,
yeah. Why hasn't Hector come on and apologise? Why hasn't Hector come on and apologise?
I think Hector should come on. I think what Hector should do is just phone Sean and Sam up and have a phone call with them.
Listen, I'm not being funny. I've tried to phone him twice. He hasn't picked up. So I've just left him a voice message saying, can you clear it up that I did tell you why I was going home? I've just left him a WhatsApp message saying that to see if he contacts me back.
Well, let's hope he does, mate, because you know what he said is not true. You know he said that. And if you watch the expo, Exposure's brilliant at doing it, and everyone falls for it.
There was only one winner in this, and that was Exposure. One winner.
Of course it is. He's brilliant at what he does. He is absolutely a master of what he does. Let's be honest.
Right, I mean, I watch Exposure, but to do that to somebody, like knowing exactly what was going to come of this, bad move by Hector twice. Bad move. And that's all I'm saying, Jim, and I'm doing it on my channel, mate, in front of 19 people. Not the cesspit in front. Have you seen the title for the Cesspits Live tonight?
No.
Who's bottled it, right? Who's bottled it, yeah? You can guarantee
no, I think
but that could be relevant to anything or anyone.
Yeah.
You've got to wait and see, because Film Boy, he has a lot of shit. See, when you get channels, your channels start growing, you're going to get bombarded by trolls and playing too. You ain't going to know who's doing what's where. And you know, some of them are going to be very close to home. So
just keep blaming PP for everything.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take the dairy.
Well, PP, am I right
there?
Look, have you seen that, the way Hector got dragged in by Expo last night? It was fucking classic. It was brilliant.
I couldn't believe when I saw him on there. I was like, I've got to get on there, mate, because he ain't got a clue what's coming here.
He literally got hook line. Do you know a fisherman would have been really proud? They just caught a fucking big pike. That's the way I looked at it. They're just hooked at the biggest pike.
That's exactly what you're looking at. Yeah.
They named the title of the discussion about him. He actually went on, and then they just reeled him in. And I'm thinking, Hector, for fuck's sake, lads! It was brilliant. It was classic YouTube, I tell you.
Well, that's it. I'm glad you could see it. But like what Moon's saying, there was a few things what was a little bit deep. It was a bit hard, but this side of YouTube, you've got to take it. Like, look at me. It could have caused me murders. Do you know what I mean?
If you're willing to put your life up on YouTube, PP, or a piece of your life on a daily basis and say, this is what I'm doing, and then people are just waiting for it to go wrong. That's it. They're not waiting for it to go right.
They are.
They're just waiting for it to go wrong so they can say, you can't be done. That's what they're waiting for. And that, unfortunately, and I know, Sean, you've got to be able to sit around and laugh it off, mate. I know that sounds shit, but you have.
Yeah, I know, but it's a bit deep and it's about your missus. If you said something about me, it's fair enough, but it's a bit deep and it's about my missus when she doesn't really go on YouTube. Yes, fair enough, she says hello in the background, but you don't hardly see her on her own channel or things like that. So it's a bit deep and it's about your missus,
With the missus bit, I think he did say, look, that
live on Expo last
night. There's loads. Look at what's going on with people, their missuses, beef. It's going on, mate, and it's going on deep. Now, that's why I keep my missus off of it as much as possible. Yeah, she's come on a few times, but she slaughters me, which is quite funny. I've got to say, I laugh at it. But very rarely now, how it's going, it's going a bit mental.
While you're here now, so you've had all this to deal with today, right? Which you've said, it's only a joke and banter, and fair enough. Did you palm bomb the girls this afternoon?
What do you think? Do you think I've done that?
I think no, but they said it was authenticated by your channel, yeah? And it
weren't authenticated. Well, it wasn't. If they're saying it's authenticated by my channel, then if that's what you're saying, I will title a video that you said that it's authenticated, and I will light them up for that, because it wasn't authenticated by my channel, and I would not palm bomb anyone's channel. I don't care if people like me or dislike me. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be liked or disliked. If people like me, I'll be true to them. If people don't like me, then that's their fair call. I don't discriminate. I don't care about anything like that. I will be good to those who's good to me. As for palm bombing, no, I wouldn't do it.
No. So, PP, do you think a line's been crossed then this weekend with you? Bringing that up with your wife. Has that a line been crossed?
What you got to remember, Emma, you're trying to force a question here for me to commit to something, which again ain't going to do that, because what you got to remember is who was the first one who brought that sort of topic up of discussion. So that was all getting loaded in the chat and loaded into X to Z. So they're the person who crossed that line. They're the people who sadness. They've got to be sad people to even think like that. And it's got to be something wrong with them. to have that sort of thought process to be able to go along with them sort of kind of thoughts. They're either sad people who's just sat behind a keyboard, who's got absolutely no life whatsoever, nothing going on in their life. So when they see people with something going on in their life, they like to try and
You're always going to get it though, PP, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Of course you are, yeah.
Not just you as an individual. I mean, whoever is the subject or within associated will get it. Everyone will get it at some stage. If you put yourself on a panel,
it's inevitable. It's inevitable, and it's going to be a make or break process.
What are we saying? What are we advising Sean now? Then what would you say to Sean that it's ruined his weekend, right? His friends, so-called friends, dropped him in it. So what do you say to Sean now?
Sean would need to take that up with Hector and take Hector to try and get something out. Hector, it'd be good to get Hector on the panel and hear Hector's side of the story, because then that way, because I don't know the full story. Like I said, when I was going down there, Sean might not have wanted to say to me that his missus had been in contact with her son, so I didn't know none of this. I just thought, all right, then I'll get there a little bit later. I was a bit fretting because I was going to be late because I left late. And then when I had to go to my mum's, I thought, well, that's done me a favour. I'll get there later then for about 4 or 5 o'clock when the fight's going to happen, document the fight and then get home. I wasn't going to spend the night. So nothing was said. So it is a hard one, that one.
I'm sure Hector,
but
he puts
what I
enough
will say, Sean,
is do one for Sean.
It's you too, Sean, and this is the kind of thing you're going to have to accept. And what you've got to learn is don't answer people's questions. If you're going to answer and then keep answering, they're going to draw more and more and more out of you. I said this to you when we was talking face to face, and when they're drawing bits and pieces about your life out of you, they're not doing that to get a bearing on what sort of person you are. They're doing that to use against you, and you've got to understand that. So you've got to be very careful about what you say and what you don't say to people, because how it is now, it could get a lot worse and a lot worse than that. And there's people out there who go around on different panels who absolutely slaughter people. And there's also a group of people who back that person up. There's loads of them who do it, never show their face. Sometimes they get on panels, sometimes they don't. But they're absolutely disgusting what they say. And people back them up and laugh. And yet them same people, if you do anything, not even similar, they'd be all over, oh, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't say that. So you've got to understand that, and all the dynamics of YouTube are very hard. You've got to get your skin thick, and if you say something, that's it, you've said it, you've got to back it.
And use it to build your channel.
I'll just say, Jim, you're my mate. I would never have done that to you, right?
No, you wouldn't. I would never do it to you, but that's the way these...
Exactly.
Some people get
why is Hector going to win?
Because watch exposure, mate. He got dragged. He thought he'd become friends with a group of people who were there to roast him, and they just give him the bait, and he took it.
Yeah, Jim's got it. Jim's got it.
He took it. He accepted every single piece of it.
You know, last night it was only 5 minutes in. Hector said Hector totally admitted he did everything for views and money last night as well. I listened to it all.
No, the call-outs. He done the call-outs. No, he said on the call-outs, no, he did want to actually get a fight, and he was talking to Dean Lynchwald, and they have got that fight on now, which they will make some money out of. But the only way to get it was to draw it, and he was laughing about it. Although them ruthless things were said, they both laughed about it, and now they're in comms with each other, and that fight will happen. That's going to be a fight I want to see. I want to see that fight.
Well, it's a good fight, isn't it? He's an ex-boxer. He's a fucking fit guy.
Hector, in all fairness, Hector, to go in them gyms and get the respect he gets, and some of them gyms around there, they're not muggy gyms. They're quite rough and tumble gym. You know, you ain't going to walk in there and get the respect he gets, like when he done that at York Hall, the filming. There was me and Galvin there filming. Yeah, you can't just walk in and do that.
Moon, any promotions, good promotion. That's the way you've got to look at it.
I just want to say, right, Sean, this was not, I did this tonight, right? Like I said, I haven't commented on any channels all weekend. I did this because I wanted to just get the truth out there. And I believe you, mate, 100%. I believe you. And I don't know why Hector's done that. So if Hector apologises and you get in touch with him today, you're all sweet, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know what I really, really want? Right, from my opinion, this is what I'm going to say to Hector. I just want him to make a video, right, apologising to my missus for what he says, what happened between him and PP, and just the reason why he did come on, what I told him. And do you know something? I'd be quite happy. I really, really will. Because if I'd done that, I would make a video of apology saying, sorry, it was only meant as banter, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, I
but
think that's
that's
the
like
least he can do.
motorsports. Now, motorsports, I've had but little, not beef with motorsports like it is, it's YouTube, but we've had some back and forth. And he actually made a video today confirming all that, which I took me out of to him, and I respect him for that, and commented on that, resubbed to him, and good luck to him, mate. And he's a good person, motorsports. He actually come out and made a video. I don't know if you've seen that, about the
Yeah, I
banter and
did.
what it all was, and basically confirming exactly what Jim was saying about it all. Although he did say at the end of it, I've still got a bit of doubt whether PP and Hector were at the gay club, but that's something you got to laugh at, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But
We all like to joke, PP, and like what the feeling I'm getting from this, right, off you and Jim, right? Now you were the older crowd. I'm not that much younger than you two, right? And I've known Sean a long time, like you have. This is my opinion, right? And what I'm getting from this now is that I shouldn't be. I shouldn't have done this. I should just think it's YouTube. It's a joke. That's why I'm going to come away from this situation.
No, you've done flying into the moon.
My
You've
weekend
done
has
right.
been ruined like Sean and Sam's has.
no. It's something. It's a learning curve. It's something to learn from and listen to. It's hard, and it's something, like I just said, you can learn from this. It's like when your channel starts growing, dynamics and sort of things will change, and you will get people doing it. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they do videos and they get a lot of negativity, and they block that negativity out. Well, if you start doing that, you get bombarded. Like, if you look at mine, I laugh at it all. Some of them are, I've got to say, although they're disgusting, some of them are funny, you know what I mean? You've got to laugh and think, how the fuck do their minds work? So it is a hard...
I don't know how you cope with it at times, mate. I really don't.
It's not just me coping. Everyone's coping with it. And this is the thing where it's all going wrong now. This is where...
Go on, mate.
Yeah, this is where a lot of it's going wrong. A lot of people who have been...
By the way I've acted tonight, I'll surprise a lot of people, right? Because Sean knows, you know, I don't come on ranting and raving, but this just really got my back up. Absolutely got my back up. And like, I wanted to do it. And I'm really glad that you've come on, PB. Respect, right? That you took it serious. You've come on. Zeus has come on, who's a friend of mine. And Sean's come on. And me and Sean haven't been as close as we have in the... You've got to admit, Sean, yeah?
Yeah, I do admit that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of tension there, you know what I mean? Like going on each other. I used to go on Sean's lives and that in the chat, and a little bit of tension there because I don't want that. That's why I want to straighten it all up. You know what I mean?
It's a shame that happens. This is how it is with it, though. The more you react to it in trying to get rid of that tension, this is the sad thing about it. Now, I've said to a lot of people, people need to understand the person they start roasting before they roast them, because there's a lot of people on here who've got a lot of underlying issues, and they go on here and start roasting the granny out of them for their own amusement, could cause something what I don't even want to see or hear about. God forbid it ain't happened. But people need to understand that before they do that to people, which a lot of the time they don't. And sometimes you try and get away from that and get rid of that negativity, or like Sean's doing, answer to it all, you're not doing yourself no favours. You're digging a bigger hole for yourself with these sort of people. These sort of people, you got to think about it. Any person with a right frame of mind wouldn't be asking you them questions, wouldn't be putting it on you the way they are. They'd see things for what they are, let it roll, and either not mention it or just crack on with the life and enjoy the life for what it is and move forward with everything. Anyone who's digging backwards and digging in, they're not doing that for your favour or to get an understanding or to be your mate. They're doing that to cause you more harm and distress. That's the sad thing, and that's what you need to look at on it. So all the negative, you either embrace it and laugh at it and just tell them to do one, right, without blocking them. If they get too rude or too personal, get rid of them and block them. But if they don't, just let them roll. And what you'll find will happen then, they just move on to someone else and start on them. And then it's a sad fact, but you can't do nothing about it. I try to do things about it, but you can't do that. All it does when you try and do this, it brings more attention to yourself.
Yeah, like Barb said there, Sean and PP, this live was valid and helpful, and that's all I wanted, right? I didn't want it to
Brilliant.
be.
It was.
It
That's
was
all I
really
wanted
helpful.
it to be.
You know something? As long as Sam's okay with it, I'll wipe it under the carpet and I'll say no more of it. Like, I won't react to any more comments, anything like that. This has helped me as well, fly me to the moon, get out what I wanted to say. Because to tell you the truth, I'm not very good with my spelling. Yeah, I can read okay, but I'm not good with my spelling. So I can't really say what I want to say and comment anyway. So this has helped me a lot to get out what I wanted to say and to wipe it under the carpet. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, brilliant. Sean, and you, Sam. Listen,
Can I just ask you a question, Sean? This is just me asking you, right? You know, did you see this? Did you see I'd premiered this live tonight? And did you think, oh,
No.
I have to watch that, see what's being said?
No, I did. No, I didn't. I clicked on lives and I seen yours come up, and I thought, oh, I didn't even read the title. I thought I'll go and pay my respects and say hello in the live. Then I seen what it was about, so I thought I would stay in. And when you put the link out, come on and explain.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah. And what I will say, Sean and Sam, listen, keep on keeping on. You two know each other, right? You know what you're about, right? You know yourselves better than anyone else. So what anyone else has got to say, that's got no relevance to your life whatsoever. So you just got to learn and laugh at it and think, well, that's got no bearing on me. That ain't me. Who are they talking about? And get through that. Don't take it on board. The more you take it on board, the more they keep on about it. And you're a strong couple. You're there, you're together, you back each other up to the hill, and that's what it's all about. What you've got to remember is a lot of people who cause a lot of these problems, they got nothing in their life, absolutely nothing. And they're the ones who do all the negative comments. So you just either embrace negative comments or keep going. Just keep going, doing what you're doing. Embrace them, don't bite to them, don't answer them. What you've got to do is, if someone's worth an explanation, or if someone asks you a positive question where you think that's a good question, I'll answer them. All the negative crap, don't even bother answering it. Don't even bother acknowledging it. Don't even bother calling them out. And if you find that you're being dominated by that, don't bite to it. Then you start, if you find that there's more negative than positive in it, start eradicating the negative and keeping on the positive. So then you can keep talking to and then the positive will build. All the time you keep them in is always keep a real balance. You want something like a third negative, 2/3 positive. Now, how it's going to go at the moment with how things are, you're going to get loads of people, negative people, jumping in. And the other sad thing about YouTube, you will find that some of these negative people are people who may be not quite close to you, but people who do talk to you, but using other accounts. It is absolutely sad and sickening. And you can either start thinking about it too deep. He says a very good thing, John Smith, that when you go to bed at night, don't let YouTube keep you awake at night. And what he says there, John, is absolutely true. It's
easier said than done, PP, isn't it? And I'll just finish this off, PP. Right? Isn't it weird though how 5 days ago we were all sat watching, like you, Sean, and Hector, and Sam having a meal, and we were all looking forward to it. And 5 days later, we're talking about all this shit.
It's mad. It's absolutely mad. And sooner or later, we will get through this. And this is what happens with it. It could be people giving Hector. Sorry, I've just got to let a dog out the bedroom. We've got a load of dogs here. What we look like? Come on, hear him howling. That people will try and play two ends against the middle for the reaction of bringing it to all this. And it is very sad. It couldn't have carried on. That it was positive. Like when I went down there, we had that meal. We had a really good day together. It was all looking really good for the sparring. And shit happens in life. And if that was me in that situation, I couldn't give a damn what was going on. That was a case where I could have seen my boy. I would have dropped anything and everything and gone and done that. And I wouldn't have explained. And like you, Sean, you ain't got to explain to no one. As to that, it's just it is sad how it's all panned out, and I hope it all gets put right. Which I think Hector will. Hector's a good man. He's got a good heart, Hector. He's nothing like how you see him on YouTube. Absolutely nothing like that.
Well, after today, I just want it wiped under the carpet. I won't say no more about it because at the end of the day, I'm not going to let it me and Sam to split up or me and Sam lose sleep or whatever. I'm not going to let it happen. So I think I'm just going to wipe it under the carpet and say no more. Really.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You and Sam know each other better than anyone else on YouTube. And we all know in our hearts of hearts, everything what's been said is absolutely 1,000,000% absolute crap. Right? So you and Sam can't split up. You've got to embrace this together, because this is just like a little stepping stone. It will happen again, Sean, and unfortunately it could happen again. And if your channel starts growing, it will happen more and more and more. Like I said, you just got to keep a real good balance of things and learn how to deal with it. And once you've learned how to deal with it, it will get better and easier for you.
Yes, thanks, Moon. Sean, can I just say something to you, lad? Listen, I have said all day, like, I think it's disgusting, the rumours that are going around about your missus. I know people are trying to say it's banter and it's a laughing joke, but I don't agree with it myself. You know, it's not nice from your point of view, hearing stuff like that going around about your missus. But at the end of the day, I think it's not that. I know people are just having banter, but I don't agree with it. But it's not them that you want to be taking it up with. It's Hector for putting it out there in the first place. Like, what sort of friend would make a joke up like that about their own friend? It's fucking sick and disgusting. And Sean, hands on my heart, mate, I feel for you, because it mustn't be nice listening to all them rumours about your wife. And, you know, I don't think people should banter about it. It's not funny. But if anyone's in the wrong, it's Hector for putting it out there in the first place and making sick jokes like that. It's disgusting. And
thank you for that.
I mean, I don't know if you're still going to be as friends or not, but me personally, I would never trust a man to be like that, to be my friend, if he can make sick lies like
we
that.
We know you're not Hector's biggest fan. I'm not Hector's biggest fan, but this was not.
No, but that wasn't a joke and all laughing matter. You don't say
why.
shit like that about your friends, mate. Now look what Sean's had to deal with, like everyone laughing and joking about his missus, and then it mustn't be nice for him, you know what I mean? It is, as much as I did, they don't mean it today. You, Sean, they're just having a laugh and joke, but you know, it's not nice, is it? You know what I mean? It's not nice for you to say.
Like Kieran's saying, Emma, you hate Hector. You're going to say that, right? But Kieran, I don't hate Hector, right? I've never really liked him, but just anyone looking in knows that was wrong. And to say
that's not even just to do with the fact he ate him. That's just my thing on it. Like, what friend would do that? Do you know what I mean? Look what Sean's having to deal with now because he's made a sick joke up. Like, it's not good, is it? It's not good. So no, and I'm seeing PK saying before that Exposure's channel was trying to start the rumours days ago. No one was trying. This is Hector's fault. He come on and he said it. No one else. Hector. He said it. No one else. No one forced him to say them words. Hector said it, and he's down and out scumbag for making a joke like that up about his mate. In my eyes, that's all I've got to say on it.
Cheers, Emma, for that.
And what's this that your porn bombed us today, PP?
Is that right?
What, you really think I porn bombed you, Emma?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I didn't see you backstage. Lindsay said it was me.
Right. Well, it wasn't me, and it wasn't authenticated, right? Because I wouldn't do that.
You'll have to take it up with Lindsay, but yeah, she said it was you.
Well, if Lindsay said that, Lindsay's lying, so I'm putting that out there, right? Because it was not me, right? I wouldn't porn bomb her. What reason have I got to porn bomb her?
Indicated backstage or something, so I haven't got a clue. I'm just saying whatever.
Well, she needs to do a little bit more to authenticate that, because I'm telling you now, it was not me. And I have never told a lie on YouTube, and I'll ask anyone to prove me that I have. I'm a man of the truth.
She's not a liar, do you? She's not a liar. She might have got it wrong. At the end of the day, it's coming as PP, do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean she's not lying.
That's like, how do you think these porn bombers work? They've been doing it everywhere. There's lots of people doing it.
You said that you showed your face and all, and it was, I don't know, you'll have to take it up with her.
Well, anyway. They could have showed a clip of it. Johnny Sparrow said that he had someone in his PP who showed his face, and he was saying, touch your nose, touch this.
And the thing, I get that, but she was saying it wearing a television on, it wearing a screen. It was, I don't know. I haven't got it.
Well, it wasn't me. So Lindsay is totally and utterly wrong.
Okay, well, you'll have to speak to her, won't you, about it? So yeah, Sean, listen, mate, my heart goes out to you. Like, sorry for everything that you're having to hear about your wife. It's out of order, but at the end of the day, it's Hector who started all this, no one else, not the people fucking saying the shit about your wife and that. This is Hector's fault, no one else in my eyes.
It was sort of mentioned in the chat, the spit roasting and all this going on. So it was sort of gaslit now to start off in certain chats. It is disgusting because I've been brought into it. So
right, even if people was saying that and laughing, joking, having banter, he's Sean's mate. He still should not have come on and said it, no matter what, like whether it was
no,
being said in
but
the chat
like
or not.
Jim said, he walked in there and he got fish for and he'd had a few beers. I don't know. I can't answer for him. Maybe Hector needs to come up and answer as to what made him say that, because it affected me as well. Well, it could have done.
What I'm saying, you're trying to pass it off and say, well, people were already saying it in the chat and that. Whether people were already saying it in the chat or not, he still should not have come on and said it. He's meant to be his mate.
I'm not trying to pass nothing off. It's a case of he ain't here to answer for himself. I'd like to hear it from him, what he's got to say about it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So anyway, Sean, mate, keep your head up and much love to you and your missus. And you know, if anyone is having a laugh and joke and banter about it, let's just lay off it all now, yeah, because it's not nice for them today, is it? Do you know what I mean? So just yeah. Anyway, Moon, thanks for having me on. Sean, big up, lads. Take care.
Nice one,
Yeah, take care. Thank you. Shan't ignore what people are saying about you. I'm not simple, mate.
Can I just say, guys, right, there's been like a few comments about people saying they're going because they can't listen to people. That this is not my usual content, right? I've done this as a one-off, guys, because it got my back up and I just thought I'd do it. I've kept my mouth shut all weekend. I just wanted to do this, and what's happened now, Sean. I want you to come away from this feeling better than you did an hour ago, mate.
I have, like I said to everyone, it's getting wiped under the carpet. I'm not talking about it again to no one. It's been that's it. In my eyes, that's it, over and done with. That was yesterday's news. Now I'm looking forward.
Yeah, that's the way, mate. PP, cheers for your input today, mate. And like, not everyone agrees with you, PP. We know you're a controversial character, aren't you, mate? Like, and Emma's another one, a controversial character. When I brought her in there, I got a bit of a stick in the chat. But like I say, this is a one-off for me.
But it's your channel, and like you said, a lot of people have took some positivity out of it. Like Sean's missus, they've took a lot of goodness out of it. So, although it was a controversial subject, it's has served a good purpose. So it's been a good one. Like you said, it's not something you normally do, but you had to speak about it, and it's your channel. And that's what you got to remember. It's your channel. Don't get me wrong. A channel is only as good as their subscribers, and people's got to understand that you got to love and embrace your subscribers. But people's got to understand if something gets on you got a right to talk about that, and that's what you've done. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, nice one, PB, for that, mate.
Right, I'm going to go. God bless everyone. Sean, Sam.
Yeah, well, I'm going to jump off anyways. I'm going to jump off.
Sean, cheers for coming on, mate. Nice one for sharing with us. And I'll always be your mate, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Don't have to be best friends with anyone on here. You just have to give them a bit of respect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll always pop in and say hello to you when I see you live anyways, you know. I'm just going to carry on with my journey now. Just carry on going to the gym, doing what I was doing, keeping fit.
Nice one, mate. You do that, right?
Right. Big up and thank you for this tonight. It's sorted my head out. Was it sorted yours out? What do you say?
Thank you.
Right. Try and have a good night, the pair of yous, yeah?
Yeah. And you. Thank you for this. I'll speak to you again, Flymate to the moon.
No
Bye-bye.
worries. Catch you later, Sean.
Woo.
It's a bit crazy behaviour, guys. Crazy behaviour. Like I've said, everyone in the chat who knows me knows this is not my normal content. We do talk about stuff, but this got my back up, and I didn't know it was going to turn out like that. I had a feeling Sean might come on, and Zeus. I don't think Zeus agrees with me. Zeus is my mate. I don't think he agrees with me on that one, but that's fair play, man. Me and Zeus are mates. You don't have to agree with everything. You know what I mean? Exactly, Zeus. That's the one, mate. Friends don't have to agree all the time, but it's just like I needed to do it. I did it on my own channel. I didn't go on anyone else's, slagging anyone off. I haven't slagged Hector off on any other channels. I did it on my own. I don't have to like Hector. It was wrong what he done, not just once, twice. He hasn't apologised. He hasn't come on and explained himself. It's fair enough saying it's just YouTube, but for some people it isn't. Sean's obviously had a bad weekend because of it. You could hear Sam's upset about it. That's all I wanted to do. And I hope he's all there. I did have some decent numbers in there, decent comments. I tried to highlight as many comments as I could. Not everyone agrees, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it is all about. That's the one, Ultra. Yeah, I'm just going to flick through these comments. So, like I said, this one's been coming since yesterday, and I just thought I'll get it. I need to get it done tonight. And so you've seen another side. You've seen another side of me tonight, but as Jim says, don't sit on the fence, and that's what I've done. And it has been a bit of a mad weekend for me myself. Like I feel like I fell out with a few people, and like it got to us a little bit. Like, but them people are in here now. Boss Dog, you know, mate. I follow you. I think you're great, mate. I love you. I love your stuff. I can sit and watch you for hours, mate, and listen to you. And you've had shit with somebody who I talked to as well. Said something bad. Stuck in the middle a little bit. Quite a few of us stuck in the middle, but I think sort of come out of it all right. I'd just like to say it's a learning curve, like PP said. But you've got to remember, not everyone is as thick-skinned as PP. And the shit he puts up with and just wipes it under the carpet, I could not do it. And I think the 23 people in my chat, I don't think there's one person who would do what PP does and wipe stuff under the carpet like that fella does. But that's PP. But like I say, as long as Sean's feeling better than he did an hour ago and nobody hates me, I'm absolutely happy with that. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to start to smell my tea getting cooked now. So I'll probably flick the cesspit on, see what's going on there. I'll have my tea, and maybe if Zeus doesn't do anything tonight because he's been quiet all weekend, very quiet, even though it's only been one day, but that's a lot for Jim. If Jim doesn't do anything, I might come back just for a bit of banter later on, just for a laugh. Right, guys, so thanks for joining us. Mouse Charger, massive respect. Boss Dog, big up yourself, Boss Dog. Jim, you batty fish. £1 pound fish guy, respect, mate. Kieran, Fat, all legends, man. Everyone who's popped in tonight. Ultra, big up yourself, Ultra. Dexter McPounds, wherever they are. Lou Don for keeping an eye on everything. Massive respect. Eddie Hearn, you little batty fish. You little dosser. Who else have I forgot? Anyone? There's been loads of people in, man. Massive respect to everyone. Barb, some nice comments off Barb. Massive respect. Just, yeah, all good comments and proper good banter. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Juvix, thanks one. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll probably catch up with you in a few chats and maybe do a little live later on, like I say, if Jim doesn't do anything. Right, guys, I'll speak to you all soon. Okay, bye now.